Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is your girl Tia,
Ricky T,
and today we are coming back with another episode of Let's Talk. And today's topic will be how we broke up. Are you guys ready for that? How, why, and how we got back together. Okay?
and what helped us get back together.
What helped us get back together, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, should you start or should I start?
No, you can start about, let's just talk about, just from the beginning, what do you think started because usually with breakups or arguments, it doesn't just start from that moment or that day. It could even be days. What do you think started everything?
Okay, so I think from even before that, should we talk about 1994 when I was born and to a family?
Not that far because I wasn't in your life at that moment.
Got it. Okay. But ever since I met Ricardo, he was a very family-oriented person.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loves his family, adores his family. And for me, I felt like I was kind of getting further away from family. So this is me getting away from family and wanting to get closer to someone else. And it seemed like it was more of a control and seclusion pull rather than I need you and I want you and I want only you pull.
Okay.
You know? And I think that it communicated and created this environment of I don't know, me just wanting you sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just wanting just you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because I know that you always are with others, you love others. That's how I met you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that it was Christmas holiday. I don't really care about any other holiday. I don't really celebrate other holidays. But I think even for my first Christmas together, I think, Mary, you saw that. Like, I just absolutely loved Christmas. Like, that was my holiday, you know? And, just after, like a few years of going through a lot, I just wanted that Christmas with Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
But his sister just got like a beautiful place, different things like that, and just wanted to share that with him and the other siblings, you know, his other siblings.
So just to put it in perspective, my brother and my sister lived in Orlando. So by going up to Orlando, all three of us as siblings would have been together. So which is something that we try to do.
They lived in the same complex. So this is one sibling 6 feet later and the other sibling. Like, they were very close. And Ricardo being the one living in Fort Lauderdale, it would have been ideal and perfect for him to come up there with his siblings for the holiday. But that wasn't my idea, and I went up there knowing that wasn't my idea, you know? And that's kind of what started it. Okay. Like, I went there with my heart not being in there, you know? Mm-hmm. So, you know, just going through the holiday, it was very nice. Like, it was very awesome. It was full of love and different things like that. But once again, as I said, my heart wasn't there. So every little thing that could bug me did bug me. You know.
So it started before
we got there.
Before we got there.
Yeah.
Mentally, and then while we were there, little things were just like it's not the cap on the toothpaste.
Yeah.
It was just building up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And like, it sucks sometimes because now other people who wants to be loving and be a part of us can get hurt in the process. You get what I'm saying? Because somebody could be trying to show love, but I'm taking it as something else. You know, so I just think that was the start of it. So throughout I think it was a few days or a day or two, we were up there. Like, I think we had little quarrels. Okay. Just little stuff. Yeah. It was nothing serious. It was nothing major. Just discomfort eventually. And I remember being it the day of or the day before we were supposed to leave. Mm-hmm. Like, I just started feeling anxious, whether it was me feeling bad from just not being there. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And also, like, being emotionally, and and it was draining.
Not physically. So she was physically there, but not emotionally.
Like, so I was physically there, but my mind wasn't there, and my heart wasn't there. And I think I was kind of just trying to put on a good face. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not like this mean person. Yeah. So it took energy to put on a good face. And I remember telling Ricardo I was ready to go. Like, is it okay if we leave now? Because I remember feeling like just I couldn't breathe. And I didn't know it then, but now I know it now that I was beginning to have a panic attack. And I remember him taking a while because I kind of could hear through the room. I was in the room chilling on the bed, just, by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him taking a while, so I think I called him back to the room, or I text you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I text you.
Yeah.
And I text you privately, but in a sweet way, in my understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I text him privately so that it's not a scene and that it just be told to you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I remember hearing after the text message, all right, y'all, she ready to go, so we're about to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, if I wanted that, I would have just came out and said it, you know? Or I kind of just wanted it to be, I wanted to be protected and covered. I didn't feel protected and covered at that moment.
And I think for me, I think there was a frustration from my end. It's like,
yeah,
we agreed upon X time, XYZ time, so 5 o'clock or tomorrow morning, and now you want to leave. Now you want to leave all of a sudden, and we're trying to enjoy ourselves, and now you want to leave. So I think that's why I probably didn't say it in a way where it's like to defend her. It was just more like, all right, she wants to leave, so we're about to leave.
Yeah, and this whole time, even from when we first got there, my heart was just like, I needed more love. Mm-hmm. I needed more attention, and I needed more of you. So even all the way to the last minute, it wasn't like an attitude. It was like, I need, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the next need was, I need to feel safe. I'm feeling uncomfortable, and how safe can we go?
Yeah.
You know? And then, so it was like the camel, like as you were saying, like the feather on the camel's back.
It was the last feather.
It was the last thing. But once again, he didn't know, he wasn't trying to do anything wrong. It was just that last drop of, I think, energy or patience that I had. And I remember snapping and just getting my things and leaving, like going downstairs to the car. And like you were saying, you thought that I was just...
Because she was in the room and she came out the room and went downstairs, we thought, okay, she's just ready to go. She heard what I said, and she's getting herself prepared to go ahead and leave. So, I'm not going to say I took my time, but, I did my regular goodbyes. I wasn't, like, trying to run outside. But I did my regular, all right, we got to go. And usually, my siblings will walk me downstairs to my car, to say farewell, in a sense.
So that didn't help, because at that point, I was already ready to, like, leave him. And but it wasn't me ready to leave him, it was just me ready to leave. It was like a fight, flight, or freeze response to my panic attack. And like I just was trying to go. So I think I don't even remember taking the stuff out of the car. What a courtesy, right? You didn't just take our stuff and now we got clothes. But no, like honestly, like I just wasn't in my right mind and I was trying to just go. And so I took the things out and nobody rushed me, nobody yelled at me, cussed me out, anything like that. They just watched, which also wasn't good for the panic that I was going through, and I remember just leaving before I lost control, before I lost my temper, before I exploded.
Yeah. So in our relationship, we don't really, call each other out of our name or out of each other's name. Yeah. We don't yell, we don't scream or anything like that. Even to this day, that was, like I said, probably that was the worst.
I remember we even used to argue a little bit back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like randomly. And I remember our sister-in-law saying, like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to, like, quarrel in front of family.
Especially in front of family.
Especially in front of family and friends, And I think after she told us that, like, and because it was from a place of love, it wasn't like she could have easily just talked about us, about it. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody can say, like, this is how you handle your relationship gracefully, that stuck with us. And I remember that, But I didn't want another quarrel or a big argument or something like that. So in my mind, leaving was the most appropriate thing rather than any other thing. Most valuable option, most respectful option. In my head, because it could have been much worse. You know what I'm saying?
I think, and honestly, even though the breakup wasn't the best, right? I think it was very important in our relationship. I think it changed everything. It also got us to a point where we decided, you know what? if we want to get back together, we decided we wanted to do marriage counseling.
Yeah.
So
because at that time we were also practicing celibacy, which is not easy. That is not easy to do. You get what I'm saying? So, like, we're practicing celibacy. We're not married. We're going through all these things. Like, if we're going to get back together, we're going to go all the way.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, we went to
premarital counseling. Yeah. So this was what, 9 months later. We started premarital counseling.
Yeah, because we weren't dating for
a while,
for 9 months. Yeah, almost a year.
Yeah.
I always say almost a year, but it was legit almost a year.
But yeah, we broke up for like 9 months, and then we finally decided, you know what, let's give it a shot.
So I was dating, like, I was like talking to people, and I remember I was talking to somebody that was cool, and it was nice. It was a really nice guy. But I knew that I really wanted to make things work with Ricardo. I knew that this was the person that I wanted my heart to love, And I think that's another issue when it comes to life. It's just like, be available. Like, just be available for that person that you're supposed to be with. Because then I had to stop talking to somebody through text message, and I feel bad. I still feel bad about it to this day, and I made sure that I apologized and closed that door properly. But we started fresh, and we started through premarital counseling.
Yeah, we went to premarital counseling, and that's when we was able to realize what happened and why it happened. Seeing, learning our love languages. Definitely read the book, 5 Love Languages. And things I wish I would have known before I got married by Gary Chapman. I will definitely link them down below.
Can I be real? I feel like the thing is, like, because we're young, and even like a cultural thing, we don't read as much as we should. So a lot of people may hear, oh, they read a book and like let that go out the window. If you have to, you can get an audiobook. Yeah. You can get an audiobook. You don't have to sit down and read the book. But reading that book, like, opened our minds to something that we weren't going to open it if we didn't read that book. Exactly. We wouldn't be here if we didn't read those books. I don't think so.
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but that whole breakup, what was happening is our love languages were a part of it. And in her, for her primary love language is words of affirmation. And the way I verbalized everything, and the way it just wasn't in a way of love and protection. She didn't feel loved, she didn't feel protected. And by her leaving us in a different city, it was only 2.5 hours away, we were able to just take a bus to get back home. I think we left that same day or the day before, the day after, so it was okay. But her physically leaving the city was, that's how I felt, in a sense, attacked, because mine's is active service. That was her acting in that moment. Okay, I'm gonna leave you, because even if she didn't leave, or if she would have left and came back, right? If she would have left and came back, maybe I wouldn't have felt as, I wouldn't say betrayed, but as I guess, I wouldn't say attacked, but just as, like, I guess, disrespected, right? Yeah. I wouldn't have felt as disrespected, and then also to tie someone in with it, which is my best friend. So now you have my best friend involved. We have, my family involved, because they came downstairs to, to say farewell. Those were things that I was like, you know what? No, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like I said, reading those books just really opened our eyes and let us know, okay, these are the 5 love languages. Try to figure out which love language is yours, and try to figure them out in order, because you might have a top one, and then you might have a second one, which is almost as important. Yeah. But the other 2, even though they're not as important, they're still important, right?
To that person.
To that person. So you want to know the order and make sure. A perfect example is, like I said, mine's is active service. Hers is words of affirmation. If, let's just say, she's mad at me, if I go and wash her car, that's not gonna do nothing, because I'm showing my way, because I sat there and I did it because I'm active service. I did something that I would like for her to do for me. But if if I don't tell her I love her, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. I could have,
or spend time with me.
or spend time.
That's washing the car. It's the opposite. I was thinking, dang, you're supposed to be coming to me. You wanted to do other stuff instead of spending time with me.
Although, in the opposite way, for an example, if she were to wash my car, I would appreciate it more than her saying she loved me. Not because I don't think she loves me or anything like that. It's just words of affirmation is almost one of the lowest in my, for me, as far as love languages. But acts of service is my number one. I love to help people. I love to, provide and stuff like that.
I love to tell people I love them. Like, I'll tell him I love him so many times a day. And it's like, I love you.
She already said it 5 times in this video.
I probably did. But, and sometimes it sucks because people don't take the weight of somebody telling them I love you well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you already told me you love me.
Yeah.
Or imagine being in a relationship with somebody who doesn't say it back, or they don't say it as soon.
Yeah.
And your love language is that you won't feel satisfied in that relationship. Yeah. So that was the big thing. Us just needing to understand, how do I need to love you? Mm-hmm. And somebody even told me that. They said it's not about how you want to be loved. It's not about how I want to be loved. I need to love you. Mm-hmm. Because I can love me being single and everything like that, but I want you, so I'm going to love you the way that you want me to love you.
Exactly.
So that I have you. So that was something that we needed to learn, and that we did in that process of trying to get back together and going through those classes and different things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, once you guys understand each other's love languages, I think that'll really be the ground of, can this relationship work? It's because, can you love me? Can you respect me? Can we make this work? So once you guys figure those things out, and you actually, like, this stuff doesn't work very well. I don't know if it works if you plan on being like at a certain level in your relationship. It has to have growth so that we can get closer. It has to have growth. I don't think any relationship should stay the same.
No.
I think that it should be a I want to grow with you type thing, which is another thing that helped us to decide to get married. And
both parties have to be willing. Like, one person can't be the driving force, because what happens is, once that person loses that drive, then, and the other person don't have a drive, then there's no give and take, in the sense where, like, when I'm very, very happy and my wife isn't, I can bring her up, but then when everything is vice versa, she can bring me up. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be a balance, because if one party's feeling one way and the other party's not feeling the other way, it's going to be really, really hard. You'd have to work really, really hard, like 2-3 times as hard, to try to bring that back together.
So if you guys ask us, do we agree with the don't double back? We don't agree with the don't double back.
Yeah.
I think that some relationships are worth getting back and rebuilding. There was a reason I loved you in the first place. Do you get what I'm saying? And some relationships still end with you loving each other. So we absolutely still love each other, and we absolutely still love each other now. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can always go ahead and leave us a comment below and ask us questions. Like, we're really being very open and honest in these videos. We're being very transparent, telling you guys like our journey and where we came from, and we'll get to where we are now as we can tell you guys more videos, and we'll be bringing more stories, more people with their situations. And you wanted to say something?
And where we're going.
Yeah, and where we're going, where we are now, and where we're going. So you guys have some catching up to do. So go ahead. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in with our journey and us just sharing our love life, and just let's talk about things that others don't want to talk about, right?
Yeah. So stay tuned. We're trying to release these every single Friday. We will have some guests on here. Don't forget to like the video, attack it, tap the like video, subscribe, check out our website. We got some shirts. This shirt is not available. If you want this one specifically, black on black, message us or email us. Our email is down below. We'll also have a link to the books. We got everything in the link. Just look at the description. Just look at the description
box. Go chill down there.
And before you go to the description box, like this video.
Like the video.
Like it.
Like the video.
Listen. One more thing. Just like the video.
Like the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to get a notification for our next video.
Hit the notification
we
bell.
will be giving you guys some heated topics, some deep topics, some heartfelt topics, as well as crafts and tutorials throughout the week. We got it all. This is How to Telly, the ultimate how-to family. You guys can join our Facebook group to go ahead and just share anything.
And have discussions with us.
Have discussions, share crafts that you tried from our channel, ask business questions, family questions. We got it all. So until next time, go ahead and help us with our bread and butter. Butter us up by liking this video, and leave us some bread by dropping a comment. We absolutely love you and can't wait to see you next time. Peace.
Bam!